Hello Redhawks, IDTT with another Canvas training tutorial. This is the second part to the quizzes tutorial. In the first quiz we discussed how to put together a classic quiz. In this tutorial we will be talking about new quizzes. Again, new quizzes is the tool that Canvas introduced several years ago. They had more question types and some more features. However, it didn't have everything that Classic had, so people were kind of slow to adjust. The plan was to eventually move to new quizzes only and completely get rid of or sunset the classic quizzes. The plan as of now is that new quizzes is going to be the tool that gets Canvas's full support and will be getting new features and things added to it, while classic quizzes will be available but will only be maintained, not updated. Again, if you're starting a class from scratch, you could probably move to new quizzes at this point, as most of the functionality is there, and if not, it's going to be there in the very, very near future. So in this one, we're going to create a new quiz. We'll click submit. We would give it a name, so we'll call this one quiz 2. We assign what the total point value would be for this quiz. So let's say it's going to be 25. Same as usual, we would assign it to a group. Points displayed as, if you want it to be a percentage, points, like a personal preference. This is all locked in because the new quizzes, it works off an external tool, and then we can assign as usual. So that screen's a little quicker to get through than the classic version. Once you have that set, then you can go ahead and click on Build in the lower right-hand corner. Once you click Build, you'll be taken to the screen to start building your questions. A place for instructions appears by default, so you could fill that in, and then to add a question, you would click on the blue circle with the plus, and then you'll see all your different question types. Many of these are similar to the question types that you would have in Classic if you watch that video. Things like file uploads, formulas, matching, multiple choice, essay fill in the blank, multiple answer, true false. But then you have things like hotspot, which allows you to put an image in and have them click in a certain area that might answer the question. So you would go through and add your questions here as well. So maybe we'll do a matching. Again, we have to give it a title, so I might call it match 1. If I have multiple, fill in the question, stem, and then I could put my questions in along with the answers that go with them for however many I want them to be. And maybe I only want there to be 3 choices. I could delete this one. I could add a distractor, so I might want to give them more options instead of just the ABC. I might want to add some more things in as well. You could do that there. You can also add things like an on-screen calculator if that was needed. You can shuffle. For a matching question, for example, you can make it be an exact match or give partial credit. If you have outcomes in your course, which you should, you can align them to the test question here. Item banking is something that we'll discuss at a different time. This is a 3-part matching question, so I might make it worth 3 points. I would click done, and then my first question would be there, and then I could go through and continue to add more questions. So this one I might add a hotspot. So I could add my stem and say select the area that whatever you wanted your question to be. I would add my image in, picture. I'll use the college logo. Then I can choose how I want to draw my image. Maybe I want to put in a square. Maybe I want it to be kind of a random shape. So maybe my question is select the area that shows the wave. So then they would have to select within that area. You probably want to do a little better job to collect all the parts, but then you would have the ability to have them click on a certain spot within an image. As usual, our options, outcomes, things like that exist. But that's how you would add all your questions. There are a few other options up here at the top. The settings option gives us the ability to do some of the things that we saw in classic quizzes, like shuffle questions or answers, so that way they're in different orders. Turn it on so they only see one question at a time. If you want to require a code or a time limit, the allowing of a calculator, allow them to clear a selection, allow them multiple attempts, and then restrict their results view. This would let them see, if this is turned off, this would have it set up so that they can only see that they submitted their answers and give them a confirmation screen. If it's turned on, you can show them the points they were awarded, the points possible. You can show them questions specifically. Again, all these are going to be preference. Reports would be for after the quiz. You could see what the outcomes, how they did on a various outcome, or how they did on various questions. And then moderate would be if you needed to assign the test to a specific student. Maybe they were absent that day, as a way to just allow them access, or maybe somebody had a technical error and you wanted to go back in and allow them to start their attempt over. All that could be done from here by clicking on the moderate button. So that's how you put together a new quiz in Canvas. As always, if you have questions, feel free to contact us in IDTT. Have a good day.